I was like, this guy's rolling. He's running 112 right now. I said, oh, boy, here we go. Go 112. Had you locked in 107?
I wasn't going too fast. I may be going a little bit over speed limit or something, but it wasn't too fast.
Brinkley's police chief investigated after he's caught excessively speeding. Plus, some victims get their stolen items back after an arrest is made in a rash of vehicle break-ins in Searcy.
I was shocked, can't believe I really was one of them.
And why the Little Rock Compassion Center needs your help more than ever.
This is THV11 News at 6.
Tonight, the Brinkley mayor opens an investigation after the police chief is accused of being pulled over for excessive speeding and not getting a ticket.
It is a story that we first told you about last night at 10 after a viewer came to us concerned. Today, we learn what the mayor plans to do now, and THV11's Caitlin Gardenhire brings us the latest.
I spoke with the mayor today, and he tells us he wasn't even aware of this incident until yesterday afternoon, and he promises there will be answers coming soon. This dash cam video shows a state trooper and a Brinkley police officer pulling the Brinkley police chief over for speeding.
He's running 112 right now. I said, oh, boy, here we go. Go 112. Had you locked in 107? It won't do 107. It'll go 95.
Then letting him drive off without a ticket. Police Chief Ed Randall says he was speeding, but he denies going 107 miles per hour.
I may be going a little bit over speed limit or something, but it wasn't too fast.
He says his truck doesn't allow him to go past 95 miles per hour.
Could be a malfunction in the radar. It could have been a number of things. I don't know.
Chief Randall also says it's up to the officer to issue a ticket. The mayor of Brinkley says he just found out about this incident yesterday afternoon, and he's not sure what charges, if any, will be made.
One thing I will be asking for is an investigation.
Mayor Billy Hankins says he wants to be fair and wait until after the investigation for further action.
I do not feel like it warrants putting him on administrative leave until I see the results of this investigation.
Mayor Hankins does say he expects all laws to be abided by and enforced no matter what.
My police officers, as well as anybody that works for the city of Brinkley, we are a role model for our city on the job and off the job.
The Brinkley mayor, along with the city attorney, says they expect this investigation to not take long at all. We will continue to keep you updated here and on THV11.com.
All right, thank you, Caitlin. Another hot topic today, gas prices could rise after that pipeline explosion in Alabama. Georgia-based Colonial Pipeline shut down both of its main lines after yesterday's blast. The blast killed a worker and hurt several others.
Both lines that supply gasoline to millions of people across the South still remain closed today. If both lines stay shut down, drivers could see higher prices at the pump within a week.
Looking overhead, the weather garden tonight, we've got mainly clear skies, although the sun will be setting here in about 5 minutes or so. Very early sunset, getting dark quick, but still very, very warm. That's going to last for about another day before we get that front through here on Thursday, and that's going to make a change for the weekend. Here's a look at what's going on satellite-wise. Not a whole lot of cloud cover out there, just a few high, thin clouds to the west, to the southwest, and across the north, and that's really about it. But really, the high pressure system has not changed. I've been talking about this for 2 weeks, and there's really nothing new here to tell you other than it will break down by Thursday. We will see some relief coming in then. Still very warm though, 81 in Mena, 80 in Russellville and Hot Springs. It's 76 currently in Searcy. Tonight we'll see a low of 63, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. Tomorrow lots of sunshine and warm once again. 83. Now, could tomorrow be the last really warm day? Maybe. Either way you look at it, it will cool down after that. We'll talk more about your forecast coming up.
Governor Asa Hutchinson wrapped up a press conference trilogy today. He once again gathered media to spell out his opposition to medical marijuana on the ballot. THV11's Rolly Hoyt saw and heard episode 3 today.
Craig, when you're the governor, you get to make your case 3 different ways. Today's theme, banking and regulatory costs. He says the state will have to take on if Issue 6 passes next week. He had top officials from the state banking and revenue departments with him. They relied on information from other states for guidance and estimates. If pot passes, they warn banks will lend in a tenuous situation because marijuana is still illegal at the federal level. That, they say, will create a cash-only economy, leading to a host of complications for the taxing and auditing agencies. The governor says, in the end, it all fails to pencil out.
If this initiative passed, then I would have to provide some emergency money, rainy day funds, to get the regulatory process started because there's a tight time frame under the amendment.
Now, the governor's two previous news conferences dealt with the cost to law enforcement and to the medical community. Supporters have questioned some of the governor's cost estimates in the past, specifically plans by the state police to buy several new vehicles for enforcement if Issue 6 passes.
Right, Rolly, thank you. On Tuesday, voters in 5 states will decide whether or not to legalize recreational marijuana. If all the measures pass, nearly a quarter of the U.S. population will live in a state where marijuana is allowed. This could send a strong message to Congress. And those who support recreational marijuana laws say this year's election could be a tipping point in the decades-long debate over the country's most popular drug.
Marijuana is now at the forefront of mainstream American politics. If we win big, we have a chance to end federal marijuana prohibition.
Well, this includes changing federal banking laws that currently prohibit banks and credit unions from taking money made off marijuana sales. California is the most important battleground. Both sides are using Colorado and Washington State's experience to support their argument.
With all the problems we have and the challenges, I think we might be able to do this, but I'm not so confident that I'm telling other states, yeah, go for it. This is a slam dunk.
Colorado legalized recreational marijuana 4 years ago.
A small town gets hit with a huge string of car break-ins, 75 to be exact, on top of 3 home break-ins. But many of the victims got rare closure after police followed the trail to the treasure. THV11's Mario Mose explains.
A tip from the public over the weekend led Searcy police to this street, where they arrested 2 people who they say had almost all the stolen items right inside their home.
Definitely gonna lock my doors, make sure they're locked no matter what, and not keep my wallet in my car.
Credit cards and a work uniform stolen from Tiffany Deese's unlocked car in front of her apartment.
And the one time I did, they broke into it.
We all make the mistake of accidentally forgetting to lock up here and there. But when you're that burglary victim, hope can fade fast you'll ever see your belongings again.
I honestly didn't think I would get most of that back.
Over 2 months, Searcy police racked up reports for 75 car break-ins and 3 home burglaries.
It's frustrating when you can't, it's happening every few nights. It's not systematic.
Until a tip led them to strike gold, more than $10,000 worth.
It was a big boost, especially for our patrol officers that worked. They went above and beyond to find out where all this stuff was going.
A result so rare with this type of crime.
I had called the police up here and they made a report and everything, and not even an hour later, they called me and said, I have all your stuff already.
Searcy police found most of the stolen items at a home on Vine Street, arresting 23-year-olds Jonathan Whitlow and Soraya Whitlow, connected to 35 of the 75 cases and all 3 home burglaries. Another 6 break-ins linked to a 3rd suspect, 31-year-old Andrew Adams of Conway.
I don't think they're connected at all. They just ended up happening at the same time.
This crime gets a happy ending.
They said they had every single bit of my stuff back, and I did. I got every bit of it back.
In Searcy, Mariel Mose, THV11 News.
Another victim who was out of the state today spoke to Mariel over the phone. He's disabled, and the suspects allegedly stole his $2,000 motor scooter. He told us that Searcy police recovered his scooter during the arrest.
A thief strikes 3 times in Maumelle, taking thousands of dollars worth of construction equipment there. The man seen on your screen is believed to be responsible for stealing $10,000 worth of equipment from 2 hotels 3 different times. Police say he pulls into the parking lots early in the morning, removes the tools from the trucks, and takes off. Anyone with information leading to the ID or arrest of this man is eligible for a cash reward.
Kidnapping warrants issued by Osceola police for the father of missing 6-year-old twins. Osceola police issued 2 kidnapping warrants against Aaron Young. Young is not the legal guardian of 6-year-old Aaron and Ariane Young.
Well, family members say they allowed Young to see the children, and then he took off with them. That happened October 27th. Anyone with information urged to call police.
I hope you're ready for some live coverage on the Hill. This Saturday, the Arkansas football team is set to face 10th-ranked Florida right here on THV11. The Razorbacks are 1-9 against Florida all time, with their last win coming in their first meeting in 1982. Coach says he's been using the losing streak to motivate the team.
Yeah, well, it's not good either way, you know, and I think that our guys are made aware of it. You know, in today's world, with everything that you guys have out there, that social media has out there, I think our guys are much more in tune with those type of things. You definitely address it. And to me, that's a very fun thing to bring up, you know.
Coming up later in the show, we'll hear from offensive coordinator Dan Enos. Don and Craig.
All right, Mary, after unseasonably warm temperatures, we're starting the countdown to a cool down. Chief Meteorologist Ed Buckner has details in your full forecast.
Plus, your help is needed more than ever for one organization that helps those in need every holiday season. THV11's Meredith Mitchell with details coming up.
Now, weather from the Crane Kia Weather Garden.
Before we start, Craig, I'd like to make an important announcement.
What's that?
Well, 10 years ago today, Miss
You did.
Dawn Scott rejoined us here at THV11 after a previous 7 years, then a brief hiatus in Seattle.
Yes, so it's my 17th year at THV11 with a small separation in between. Today was the day, though.
I didn't get her anything, did you?
No, I'm just so thankful that y'all let me come into your home every night. Thanks for noticing that.
Well, it's kind of a big milestone.
It's
pretty cool.
Letting me practice my fake crying. This is so sweet of you.
So Dawn wants a selfie with the two men who made her famous, made her what she is.
I am not famous, honey.
No, but you're successful.
I am no Craig O'Neill.
You deserve what you've. There you go. I'm just saying. No, you're no Craig O'Neill. Thank goodness for that.
Onward ho with the weather, okay?
Thank goodness we have Dawn. Yeah, let's talk about the weather. You know what? More heat and humidity on the way for one more day, and then things begin to cool off a little bit. Here's the satellite view. Yeah, go ahead. You're tired of hearing it, aren't you? Have you heard this before? Craig's like, yeah, I've heard this. I'm leaving. Yeah, this is nothing to hang around for. And that's kind of the truth, actually. Not much going on. Anyway, congrats, Dawn. 17 years total, I guess. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, so just a few high, thin clouds to the west and to the north, and that is about it. High pressure really in control. Hey, before we get any further, I should say, I want to do something cool. We're going to start doing this tomorrow. I'm going to salute a group or a person who contributes pretty significantly to the science of meteorology. I'm going to announce them each Wednesday through November. You can nominate those folks if you know of somebody that's been observing the weather, studies the weather, blogs about the weather. Let me know about them. And there are my contact information lists right there through email, Twitter, and Facebook. Tomorrow I will announce the first one, and let me just say there have been some great nominations so far. All right, today, 83 degrees was our high. 69 is average, so obviously nowhere close to normal. Good 14, 15 degrees above average, just about statewide, no matter where you go. 82 the high coming in from North Little Rock. 76 right now, dew point 55, the wind south at 7 miles an hour. Around the state, 80 in Hot Springs, 80 in Russellville, 76 in Searcy, and 76 currently here, as I mentioned, in Little Rock. Now, the fall foliage report is updated every week about Thursday, so this is nothing new from what I told you last Friday, but I just want to refresh your memory. Withrow Springs State Park, War Eagle Trail up in northwest Arkansas, about 40% color there. Central Arkansas, Pinnacle Mountain State Park, and the River Market in the Clinton Library. Yeah, the colors are changing there. Southern and eastern Arkansas, and it's mainly eastern Arkansas, Lake Firestone and Jacksonport State Park seeing some good color. Everyone else, the leaves are turning brown and falling. We've had a drought since August pretty much, and that's why we're not seeing really good color in most places. So tonight, 63 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 83. Mostly sunny, so another warm afternoon. 20% the chance of rain on Thursday. That'll come with the passage of the next cool front. And look what it does. Drops temperatures in the 70s with morning lows in the 40s. I'd say that's a little bit better. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Demand is up, donations are down for the state's largest homeless shelter, the Little Rock Compassion Center. Worried they may come up short as the holidays draw near. THV11's Meredith Mitchell shows us the need now.
We don't have enough room usually for canned goods, and as you can see, we're very low. Pantry shelves at the Little Rock Compassion Center are nearly empty.
I am very worried this year. Our pantry is very low, very low.
Melissa Calder is the kitchen manager at the Compassion Center. She says typically the center serves close to 500 meals a day. But those numbers go up closer to the holidays.
By the looks of things, I don't know if we're going to make it.
We're really down on food, and usually by this time of the year our shelves start to fill up. And this year they have not done so.
The director, Pastor William Holloway, says it takes 60 to 70 turkeys just to feed Thanksgiving dinner.
But this year we probably got about 25 turkeys and that's it.
He thinks the shelves are empty for one big reason.
But this election has made a lot of the people I talk to, whether they're Democrat or Republican, feel just a little bit nervous about their own conditions.
His 13 workers are scraping together the food they have to feed as many as they can. They're looking to the kindness of strangers for help.
Beans, corns, potatoes, turkeys, money. We need just about anything that it takes to run a household with.
In Little Rock, Meredith Mitchell, THV 11 News.
Last year, the Little Rock Compassion Center was able to serve 183,000 meals with the help of private funding and donations. They're hoping to be able to meet that same need this year. Well, this is home. Arkansans coming together to help keep each other warm during the upcoming winter months. Today and tomorrow, you can make donations to the annual Saline County Coat Drive. Coats, hats, gloves, and more can be dropped off between 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. at the Gene Moss Building in Tyndall Park. That's located in Benton. Items will be distributed to those in need on Thursday at that same location.
Well, here we are November 1st and the first day of open enrollment to get on a health care plan. The challenges facing the Affordable Care Act come amid a need for increased enrollment. The biggest need, enrollment by young, healthy consumers. When signing up, make sure to compare plans. Check with plans covering certain hospitals, medications, and copay amounts. Arkansas health officials are warning people not to wait to vaccinate for the flu virus. A mass flu clinic was held today at the state fairgrounds. Anyone over 6 months of age is eligible. The Department of Health holds clinics like these all over the state during peak flu season. The clinics will continue for about another month in various locations, and Dr. Gary Wheeler says don't wait until the virus hits before you get your shot.
And we never do really know how serious it will be. We hope this year that we've got a well-matched vaccine for the vaccine strains that are currently circulating around the world.
We got a flu clinic that'll be held this Thursday, November 3rd, at the First Pentecostal Church in North Little Rock from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Mary?
If you thought Alabama and Auburn's defense was tough, just wait for Florida. The Gators have one of the top defenses in the nation. Dan Enos is still fired up about the Hogs' poor showing against the Tigers. He says his offense needs to step it up this week against Florida. We're going to hear from him after this. While Arkansas's offense struggled against Auburn, only posting one field goal, they better be ready because one of the top defenses in the nation is coming to town. The Gators defense is the reason they enter this week as the 10th ranked team in the country. Shutting down Arkansas running back Raleigh Williams will be a key focus for Florida. Their secondary is one of the most talented in the nation as well. They only allowed Georgia to post 164 total yards of offense last week.
They try to force you to take the ball outside where they feel the strength of their defense is, and obviously, they've been very, very good at it. I think they're rated first or second in the country in defense, and obviously a top 10 team, and very well coached, and so it's going to be a big challenge.
Arkansas State might have struggled in non-conference, but they are blazing through the Sun Belt as of late. The Red Wolves are one of 3 teams in the conference without a loss, winning 3 in a row, including Saturday's 51-10 embarrassment of Louisiana Monroe. Georgia State is next in riding a hot streak after going 0-4 to start the year, especially the Panthers' defense.
I think Georgia State's defense is playing lights out. They're really being stingy, giving up points, taking people all the way through the fourth quarter to find ways to win, holding point totals down. Everybody we've talked to says the same thing. They're playing really, really good defense, one of the best defenses they played.
There is no question Central High School is full of rich history. Their football team experiences part of that tradition every day at Quigley Stadium. How ironic, Central will face Catholic this Thursday. The Tigers opened up Quigley Stadium in 1936. Their first opponent, who other than the Catholic Rockets? The Tigers aren't the only team that's played inside the concrete structure. Arkansas faced Texas at Quigley Stadium back in 1944. The ticket price, only $1.22.
But there's been some really huge football games played here over the years. But the mystique of coming to Quigley Stadium as an opponent, these walls around here, you know, we just got through with, you know, just got over Halloween last night. But I'm telling you, teams feared, you know, coming to Quigley Stadium.
Catch the full story at 6:30. We're back after this.